Hello class, Miss Fox here. This video clip is to help us prepare for our upcoming field study trip. We've been studying coastal erosion and deposition in class, so for this trip we will be heading to the Old Head of Kinsale, where we will see these processes in action. The Old Head of Kinsale is well known for its famous golf club, but it is also an area of striking natural beauty. Much of this natural beauty, surveying the area and photographing features which have been created by coastal erosion. We will also be surveying the area and trying to find features which have been created by coastal deposition. And finally, we will also take some time at the end of the trip to learn about the history of the area. So before we go out in the field, let's review what we have learned about coastal erosion and deposition. First of all, we learned about the features which are created by coastal deposition. Can you remember any of these? The beach is a very common depositional feature. It is formed from the continuous accumulation of sand, silt, shingle and pebbles. The material is deposited along the coast and longshore drift distributes the material. We also studied some more unusual features of coastal deposition, called spits, bars and tombolos. A spit is an extended stretch of beach material that projects out to sea and is joined to the mainland at one end. Spits are formed when the prevailing wind blows at an angle to the coastline, resulting in longshore drift. An example of a spit is Inch Strand in County Kerry. A tombolo is a split which connects an island to the mainland. An example of a tombolo in Ireland is Howth in County Dublin. A bar forms when a split extends across a bay, cutting it off from the ocean. The water behind the split is known as a lagoon, and it is comprised of salt water. An example of a bar in Ireland is Lough Ine down in Skibbereen. So now let's take a look back at what we have learned about coastal erosion. Sea erosion is the removal by the sea of rocks and soil from the coast. It's carried out by strong waves and usually on exposed shorelines which are made up of soft rock. When there is an area of soft rock beside an area of more resistant rock, the soft rock erodes more rapidly, which creates a bay. The hard rock is left sticking out as it resists erosion. This creates a headland. The Old Head is an excellent example of a headland, flanked by Courtmacsherry Bay and Kinsale Harbour on either side. The Old Head is an excellent example of a headland, flanked by Courtmacsherry Bay and Kinsale Harbour on either side. We learned about many striking features which sea erosion can create, such as cliffs, sea caves, sea arches, stacks and stumps, and blowholes. Most of these features we will see when we take a boat trip around the headland at the Old Head. Once the survey is complete, we have some time to take in some of the history that surrounds the area. The Lusitania was a British ocean liner. On May 7, 1915, during World War I, a German U-boat fired a torpedo into RMS Lusitania, causing the massive ocean liner to sink, just 18 kilometres off the Old Head of Kinsale. The Lusitania sank in under 20 minutes and resulted in the death of 1,198 people. The signal tower on the Old Head of Kinsale has been converted into a Lusitania museum, and we will finish the day by calling into the museum to learn more about this historic event and for some refreshments. There are some important things to remember before the field trip, so maybe take a pen out and write these down now. Wear warm, waterproof clothes, and also bring comfortable walking shoes. We will have survey forms and pens, but bring your camera phone to take photographs as well. Don't forget we will be going on a boat, and it would be a good idea to bring €5 for refreshments at the museum afterwards. So that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out in the field.
Created using Powtoon.